Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy Dan Yo.
Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Dan Yo. If you're new here, make sure you like this video, share it, and when you're done, go down and press that subscribe button. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. I decided to revamp this YouTube channel, and because of that, I want to include a lot of different content. Whatever the Lord puts on my heart, I just want to put out there. But I just wanted to do some story times as well. These story times can be like testimonies, things that are happening in my life, people that are connected to me, that happens around me. I just want to share some of those stories. And today I want to go into, not completely into depth, but kind of a summary of my life, my testimony, and what I've been through a little bit and how I got to where I am today. So I was born in November of 1984. My birthday is 11/11. 11/11 has been a crucial number for me, and I'll probably make a video sometime down the line about that number, because man, it stood out to me a lot in the Lord. I feel like he uses that number for me. But I was born then, and I was born to my mom and dad. My mom, Velia Vasquez at the time, and my dad, Dan Dindy. And I was named after my dad. And the most part of my life, the beginning, it was my mom, my dad, and me and my brother James. Some crucial, eye-opening things are going to happen in my future that I wasn't aware of yet. But we had that stereotypical life. You know, we was raised in the hood, low-income family. We lived on food stamps. People always were living with us, or we lived with people. You know, we never lived alone, never. But as far back as I can remember, I want to say I was about three years old. We were living with my dad's cousin. My dad's cousin and his and her kids. I was young. I don't remember the extent of everything. I know all the kids slept in one room. It was me and my brother, and I think the two other brothers, my dad's cousin's two sons. And so my mom and dad, I'm not sure where they slept. Maybe the living room. I don't remember the whole situation. But they all wanted to go, all the adults wanted to go out and have a good time and party one night. And they wanted my mom to go, but she wasn't feeling something in her heart, her mother's intuition, or the spirit. And she didn't want to go, but they ended up talking to her into it, and they went out, they had a good time or whatever. But that night, I can't remember everything. My memories kind of the whole thing is not there, but I know everything. I know it happened, but when they were gone that night, my older cousin, I'm not sure how many years older he was, but he's older than me. He sexually assaulted me. He molested me as a 3-year-old boy. And that was the start of it. I closed up. Why I am who I am today. That was just the beginning. I know my mom found out about it afterwards. There was chaos, ruckus everywhere. We moved out. I'm probably like 4 years old now, going into counseling. I remember going to counseling downtown Pontiac. It was at Oakland Family Services. They wanted to help me, but I wouldn't talk. I would sit in the corner. I wouldn't talk to nobody. I wouldn't tell them what happened or what was going on in my life. At this time, I said I was like 4 maybe. And a family friend, she went through a similar situation. A lot worse. She was a female, and she was penetrated and molested as a young girl. And you know, when these kind of things happen to you, it's either you become attracted to sex and you become promiscuous and you want it all the time, or you just become scared and fear it. So we were only 4 years old. 4 years old. And these feelings, we didn't know what was going on, but one day we were playing and she wanted to experience these feelings that we didn't know what was going on. So we take off our clothes and get to doing whatever we're doing, humping or whatever it was. And my mom busts in the room and finds us and screams. Again, some chaos, ruckus goes on. So as I'm seeing these sexual experiences happen to me as a kid, And then chaos happening afterwards. So I'm seeing it's not right. I know it's not right. I'm not supposed to be introduced to this. Kids are not supposed to be introduced to sex. And so I never felt like a child after that. There was more experiences growing up. Like I said, we moved a lot, and we moved into a new apartment, and some new neighbors moved in, 2 brothers. And bad hoodlums, yeah. We were bad in the hood, in Pontiac, West Side on Norton Street, and one day the older brother, he called me into the bushes. Like I said, I'm 4 or 5 years old, maybe. And I go in there, and some stuff goes down. Some sexual stuff, of course, again. So I'm having this experience again. It's like there's this target on my head. A little while later, some more neighbors move across the street. This time it's 3 brothers. The youngest one, time goes by and it happens again, calls me into his fort. And asked me to do these sexual favors on him. Like I'm 5, 6 years old. I don't know what to do or what you're talking about. And so he shows me what he wants me to do to him by performing it on me. And like I said, these experiences kept happening throughout my life until I was like 12, 13, 14 years old. 4 more experiences like this had happened. And it's like my whole childhood was based about this. And I didn't focus on it. I wasn't thinking about sex. I was a kid. I was doing my thing with my friends. I watched a lot of movies. I did become antisocial to an extent and quiet and reserved to myself. But I still had friends and did my thing, but I wasn't thinking about all that. At this time, I was involved in church. I've always been involved in church with music, dances, plays. I loved being in plays and all that, but after all this stuff started happening, I didn't want my voice to be heard, so I just picked up on a dance crew, and we traveled around Michigan, a few different places, and performed, and that was my life. I loved being in the arts and in the church. That's all I knew. But the enemy was trying to steal all that from me. So I'm like 13, 14 years old, and all these feelings finally start coming up. These sexual feelings that I want to live out. But I'm still having my girlfriends. I find different girlfriends. We're doing all the different things that little girlfriends and boyfriends do. The touching, the feeling, the kissing, making out. So I go along living my life, trying to suppress these feelings. And as things in church start dying down, less events, less things going on, and I'm getting older now. I'm 17, got a girlfriend, 17, 18 years old, but I'm 18 now, and I'm like, all right, I want to experience this rebellious side. So I start living this double life, secret life, where no one knows about. I still have my girlfriend. I'm still going to church, but at night I'm sneaking out, going to Detroit, walking the streets, going to the casinos with people, going to the clubs, and finally hooking up, doing that kind of stuff. And my life was just changed. I was living this double life, and it was hard to keep up with. I was still this antisocial, quiet person, had friends and stuff, but my life was different now. I was in school. I was like the only male in my family that graduated high school. I started going to college, but I just want to be rebellious. I got a job, and I dropped out of college, and I got a decent paying job, and my life just started thinking about work because I was getting good money. And I became friends with everybody at work. I started becoming this drinker, partier, smoking, doing it all, you know. And I felt like I was finally being accepted. And this whole time, before all this happened, when I was 15, 16 years old, I found out my dad that I was named after, Dan, was not my biological father. I had another dad, and he's still here. He's still alive today. I tried my best for 20 years to reach out to this man, and he still don't really try. Through Messenger, or we're supposed to meet up, and there's some kind of excuse all the time, but I forgive and I let go. But the enemy's always been trying to steal my identity my whole life. Through my father not being there, and I'm chasing his acceptance through men. So back to the story of me being about 21, 22, becoming this partying guy, looking for this acceptance. All these friends finally coming around me, wanting to party with me, doing all these things, coming to my house, calling me all the time. Like I felt like I'm finally who I'm supposed to be. So I'm ignoring God. I feel like I'm still blessed. I got a roof over my house, over my head. I got food in my stomach. I got everything I want, everything I'm needing and wanting. So I'm like, what am I doing wrong? But the trick there is the enemy will keep you blessed too. He'll keep you satisfied with all your desires to keep you trapped in that bondage that you're in. So that was what was going on in my life. So I said, hey, I'm dating this girl now. Her name, she loved me she showed me the love that nobody in this world has ever shown me besides my mom. And so I truly loved her. She would travel back and forth to Flint this was before I moved out. I forgot to mention this. And she was I loved her, but I found out it just wasn't working. We lived far away, and I was still having these desires. And so I had to break it off with her, and we became best of friends afterwards, though. She was heartbroken. And we became best friends. Like I said, we did everything together. We was always together. It's like we still was together, but we wasn't. And I think she was the first person I had came out to and told her about why I couldn't be with her. I had these desires for men. So, like I said, I just became this party guy, smoking it up, drinking it up, coke binges, popping pills, sleeping with whoever, you name it, husbands, wives, with men, I just couldn't control myself. And I met this guy finally, and he was giving me everything I desired, this acceptance from a man that I was looking for and searching for. And I fell in love with him. I became infatuated, obsessed with this guy. He was this buff, straight guy, tough. He was not a gay male, and he didn't care what people thought. And that intrigued me even more because I was never into the gay men. I always had this thing for straight men. And the enemy knew that, so I got my heart's desire, and he was giving me everything I wanted. And he didn't like my best friend at the time. He didn't like her coming around, but they ended up being all right, being on a softball team with a group of friends, and we became this big group where everybody's sleeping with this person, sleeping with everybody, And she has her boyfriend doing her thing, and me and him are doing our thing, and then all of a sudden, he gets with this girl that's on the baseball team, one of my friends, and it hurt me because I said we was like in this open type of relationship. We lived together, did everything together, but it was like we could do whatever we wanted out there. But why would you do it with one of my friends and flaunt it in front of my face? So I was hurt, and they ended up getting together and becoming a couple. And he moved out, was there to embrace me, and at this time she was embracing my lifestyle and doing the same thing I was doing. I felt like she couldn't be with me, so she said, let me do what he's doing too. So she had a girlfriend. She was dating a girl. And they were embracing me and telling me how he was wrong. He did all this to me, and how could he do this? And at this time, they moved into a house, him and his new girlfriend, and became their roommate. So they all three lived together. So when I wanted to see my friend, I had no choice but to see them too. So I got over it, let it go. I'm like, whatever. Accepted it and moved on. But while this was going on, they ended up breaking up. And where did he come running to? Came running back here, came running back to me. And I, like a fool, let him in. And I was young, my 20s, naive. So we got to back doing our thing, living together and doing everything together. And me and were still friends, and she had her boyfriend, and some time goes by, and some things just start feeling off to me, and I broke up with her boyfriend, and there were some suspicious texts, some suspicious things going on in my apartment, and come to find out, the only guy I ever loved that I gave my heart to, and the only female that I ever loved, the woman I ever loved and gave my heart to, they got together secretly behind my back. And they knew what they were doing because they were doing it in secret. And they knew that this happened before, and like, why would you do this again? But my feelings didn't matter. So they got together, and I was crushed. I was hurt. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to believe. My world was gone. I felt like the only people I gave my heart to just stomped all over it. And back then I didn't know, but now I know. These walls went up all around me, yo. And I can't let people in still today. It's still hard for me. It's a struggle. That's one of my struggles I deal with. I support people. I give back. I promote people. I support on social media. People seem like they're scared of me. Like, I just want to be that friend that I never had. And so when you show some type of love toward me and you give to me, or you show that you care, that means the world to me. You just don't understand, yo. So I will give my all back to you. But once you betray me and just ignore me, relationships are hard for me, yo. But I'm being transparent because that's how we got to be. You can't hide the truth. But they got together. They got together, did their thing. I had to accept it because I wanted them in my life. I was dumb, naive, and I could have cut them off and let them go, but I was young. I wanted them in my life. So I kept them around for the pain. But I dealt with pain, and later down the line, I'm still out here doing my thing, partying, clubbing, sleeping around, doing my thing, whatever I'm doing, clubbing, lost some weight, went to the gym. And then later on, they break up. And she finds out she's pregnant. He don't believe it's his. He don't want to be with her. Where does he come? Running back to me, yo. And I accepted, dumb enough. And like I said, she was my best friend, and they seen that he came back to me, her family, and they hated me. But it was like, why are you mad at me? I know he started here, and she did this to me. Like, I wasn't understanding what was going on, and I was angry, prideful, all of it, you name it. So I'm like, whatever. And so we continued back to doing our thing again, and some time goes by, and she has her kid. He still don't believe it's his. We kind of me and her kind of mend our broken friendship and meet up and kind of make a little truce. But it was never the same, and we kind of never had a relationship again. But they had a beautiful daughter. And it's like she couldn't have me and the baby that she wanted with me. So she tried my lifestyle. It didn't work out. And so she stole my partner and got the kid from him. My mind and thoughts were all over the place. I didn't know what was going on because I had these walls up, like I said, and I couldn't trust nobody no more. So he ended up moving out of town. He still was in my life for the next maybe 6-7 years. And I get a call some time later as I'm getting closer to Christ, and I figure I got to come back to the Lord. This old lifestyle is not working for me. I slowly give my life back to God. I slowly get back into doing music and giving my life and dedicating it back to the Lord and let go of my past, the homosexual lifestyle and all of it. It was a struggle, and it's still a fight to this day, but I let it go. I even tried out for American Idol. I said, let me try out this music. Of course, it didn't work out. I ended up doing some backgrounds for a local artist in Pontiac. Me and my cousin, my male cousin, got in a group with 2 females, and we had like this choir going on. Traveled a couple places. Didn't really work out, but it was nice. Didn't work out. Then me and my cousin just made a group together, Christian hip hop, R&B, pop type of group. There was a lot of selfishness, pride, a lot of that. Family curses, yo. You got to point them out. Break the bondage, break the chains, rebuke it. If you don't, it's going to separate you. So that happened. And so at this time, I'm like, still questioning what I should do. But I get a call from a friend saying, in the hospital, in a coma, you might not make it. A day or two passes, and she dies. I didn't know what to think, what to do. I still care for this person, and she's gone. And my ex, her baby daddy, didn't know because they weren't talking. I called him up. We weren't talking at the time. I went over there, broke down. and told him I felt like everything that happened, I felt like she was supposed to be my wife, and I betrayed her for you, and went to it all in depth with him, and went to the funeral and all that. It was hard, but I gotta keep pursuing my life because the Lord has a calling on me, a calling on my life, I feel. So I gotta, despite the fear, the anxiety, everything that's been happening in my life, everything that I've gone through, I gotta keep going. So I decided I gotta do this solo. I gotta do this alone. My cousin's not here with me no more. I ain't got nobody. I just gotta do it alone. It's scary, but I gotta do it. So I started working on my first single. And I said, I gotta do a music video too. Nobody out here in Pontiac's really doing music videos. And so I said, let me do it. First single, first song, first music video. It was scary. I did it though. And I felt like that was the start of something. And God wanted something more. So I got two brothers. I'm Mexican. Two buddies. One's white, one's black. All three of us got together and created our group in His image. Spread the gospel. One of the shirts I'm wearing now was one of our singles. And it was a good 3-year run. There was 3 of us in 3 years. It was nice. We traveled all over Michigan, Oakland County, Wayne County, went to Ohio for Ohio's Got Talent. Got to spread the gospel, got to touch some lives, you know. It was awesome. That's what I like to do, is help people and give back. So that was great. But in the midst of this coming to an end, I mean, we all got our different lives. And I love my brothers, but it just wasn't working out, and we kind of had to go our own way and kind of disbanded. But we still work together. I'll do anything for them. But 2020 hit, and it was like, we know how 2020 went. The pandemic, coronavirus, all that hit, and this alcohol and drug feeling started coming back, feeling worthless, because I knew I had to do this on my own now. It's like, I don't know if I could do this, so I got a song that I made in 2020 called Get Through This. I'm gonna get through this. It's because I was suicidal. I dealt with this a lot. My life growing up, being depressed. There was a bridge down the road from me, and the enemy just kept saying, go to that bridge and jump into traffic. It seemed like the right answer because there was so much going on. I didn't have these answers. I was single still. I don't have a wife, and I've been going on dates, and just things aren't working out. And I went on a few dates, like I said, and it's just like the women that I went out with, it's like I knew that they weren't the ones that God wanted for me. So I don't know if I'll ever be married, or if I'll be like Moses, and just be doing the work of our Father. But we'll see what happens. But that song I had to do, Get Through This. And I shot the video right at that bridge where the enemy was trying to make me commit suicide. But it didn't happen, of course. The Lord started giving me visions to do this community work and do these events. Keep the music going, do these events, give back. I started doing outreach work with other fellow pastors in the community. The Heaven Saints Motorcycle Ministry, Turnaround Ministries. These men have given me some advice, you know. It's tough when you're doing ministry. Sometimes it's lonely because you're the only one that sees your vision. So I take that to heart and I remember it. But I've been doing these events now, and I want to say at the end of 2020 and now into 2021, these last 3 events, we've served over a couple hundred people to give back to our community. And it feels great. And I just want to continue to do what the Lord has called me to do, because I know the Lord has a calling on my life. I just don't know what exactly yet. But I'm walking in my purpose right now. So, hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I appreciate you tuning into this mini story time. But hey, keep your lookout for new music coming in 2021. Y'all know I'm a chef for a living. I'll be doing some food tutorials hopefully coming soon. And just whatever else the Lord puts on my heart. Hopefully some interviews, get some other people in here, get you knowing their life and how the Lord has impacted whatever else they might have going on. So hey, I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Comment down below anything that you might want to know or anything throughout this story. Make sure you like this video and share it. But before you go, make sure you subscribe. When I used to do these videos before, I would have an outro that I would say, pray for me as I pray for you. So until the Lord puts something else on my heart, that's how I'll end it today. I love you guys, and I hope you have a blessed one. Pray for me as I pray for you. God bless.